Brigid dressed and tiptoed downstairs, not to wake Mother and Dada. Dada was snoring, she could hear. Did Mother ever snore? She had never heard her. She must ask one day. The kitchen was full of cats, and she opened the back door for them and looked out. The light was growing now, enough for her to see the squatting white shape of her rabbit in his hutch at the far end of the vegetable garden. He looks hungry, Brigid thought. I'll get him a carrot. Mother won't mind if I just pull the one. It's my birthday after all. I'll try and find an ugly old carrot with a fang root. She put on her old anorak and her even older wellies and walked across the long grass of the little lawn that Dada was always meaning to cut. The grass was soaking, quickly reminding her that she had a hole in one boot. Then it was, as she neared the carrot patch, that suddenly one of the carrots moved. For a moment, Brigid could not believe her eyes. She stood stock still, peering through the falling rain in the rising light, and then it moved again. What was more, it seemed to be upside down, the red part above, the green below. Brigid gave herself a vicious pinch, which hurt, so that she knew she was not dreaming, and, hurrying nearer, found herself looking down at a very small man. The red part, she could now see, was a flaming shock of hair, but everything else about him was green. Not only his clothes, but his face and hands, his fingernails even, were as green as grass. He stood beside one of Brigid's wellies. He was just the height of it, and, looking up at her, said in a loud, cheerful voice, "It's a happy birthday I'm wishing you." Brigid was speechless. As a very small child, she had half believed in the tales that Dada used to tell her of the little people, but only half. It's really just a fairy story, she had thought. Yet here was one, and how in the wide world could he know that it was her birthday? At last she found her tongue. "How did you know?" she said. "Because you can see me," said the little man. "At last you can see me. There are 4 things needed before any human can see someone like me. And at last you have them all. First of all, you must live in Ireland." "I do." "And then you must be an only child." "I am." "And it must be your birthday." "It is." "And on top of those 3, you must have a hole in one boot." "I have." "There you are then. Once all those 4 things go together, then and only then can you see a lep." "A lep?" said Brigid. "A leprechaun," said the little man. "'Tis a long, awkward sort of word, so we shorten it, and it just so